This is Marilyn from the Buying Space channel. Today I'm talking about recycling. We have in front of us some very, very thin plastic. This is a big plastic bag. And in the big plastic bag we have an old box of tissue. Here we have a new box of tissue. And we have some bubble wrap. It's been used a couple of times, which is perfectly fine. And then we have some smaller bags made out of this cellophane type plastic. Actually, it's a little bit more rubbery. It's not thin cellophane, as I was expecting, a little bit thinner to the touch, but it's not. So anyway, I'm going to put the big bag to the side and the bubble wrap. And the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to move this whole thing of cellophane for a minute, is this is brand new box tissue, hasn't been opened. Taking the lid off of it because this box of tissue is done. It's empty, and there are all kinds of DIY crafts you can do with tissue boxes. So I'm just going to make it a whole box again by taping the lid from the new box on the old box. Thought they were the same brand. They're a little bit different, but it's going to cover the hole completely except for the tab. So there we go. Now I open this side so I can put something inside, and then once the objects are inside, I'm going to tape that back up, probably like that. But anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give away my pineapple salt and pepper shakers that I won from Misty, from Misty's treasure chest. And I'm going to give this away at a meetup. So I want to wrap this good. You know, it's glass, it's fragile, it's vintage, it's kitschy. So I'm going to wrap it in the bubble wrap, of course. Don't need to put tape on it. Let me find the other piece. There were two pieces of bubble wrap, the same size. So each pineapple salt or pepper shaker gets equal coverage, equal protection. And then I'm going to take this bag. Now, let's think about this for a minute. We've got islands of garbage in our oceans, and they have found that the shrimp are eating plastic. Now, do you think they're going to start eating on the plastic that's part of like a 2-liter or 20-ounce bottle? No, they're going to start with what's decayed first, because they're small creatures, shrimp are, and then the smaller microorganisms are also eating plastic. So they're going to start eating on this stuff. I mean, not that you shouldn't recycle your hard plastic, but don't forget to recycle and reuse this kind of plastic too, because all of that plastic, especially plastic like this, it's not meant to be food grade plastic, although it might be. I would really have to research more on that. So we wrap this up with one of the smaller bags, and we wrap this up. And this is also saving your money, because, you know, these are bags that other things came in. And wrap that up good. Now I'm going to open this up. Now I'm going to see how good this fits in here. Okay, that fits really good. Now, I'm going to give this as a gift. Now, you're saying, oh gosh, this is a tissue box. You pulled tissue out of this to blow your nose or to wipe your tears or, some stuff like that. Usually your body fluid doesn't touch the tissue box, but I am going to give this to someone I'm not going to see for 2 weeks. Now, the most common virus we have going around right now, the most deadly, was discovered on a cruise ship after 17 days. And on metal in one of the cabins. So you have to be real careful. Now, the CDC guidelines, I believe, have cardboard at 24 hours, and this is smoother cardboard. So I would say that if I put this in a larger bag and put it to the side, in 2 weeks it'll be absolutely positively safe. If it was metal, I would think maybe not. But people ship out products from eBay every day, and they don't have it put to the side. I mean, only reason I guess I'd do that is because it's a box of tissue that I'm recycling here. And we are virus free here, but well, in 2 weeks I would know. I wouldn't be going to give anybody anything in 2 weeks because of I'd be sick. So I'll get an all clear, and my tissue box will get an all clear for a 2-week period. Now, where do you get this thin plastic? You get it all the time. Here I've got a box of boxes, or a bag of cellophane. Now, this is more of the cellophane type. This is the crunchy stuff. It's also degrades and can be eaten by shrimp and smaller microorganisms. So once I use so many of these, which I'm getting ready to use some this morning for my giveaway send-off, I'm going to put the smaller pieces of jewelry in these little boxes so they don't get crushed. I think that's enough. But anyway, I did kind of cut. This bag has had pressure on it. It's been cut on this side. But when I get done using this, I can cut along the edges, and I can make 2 pieces of plastic to cover something. Or at least one larger one, and take off these stickers. I might leave the choking hazard sticker on there, but cut that one out, so I would lose that square of plastic. Would go in the trash. This stuff is too thin to be recycled, so it goes right in the landfill. So the less of it that I put in the landfill, the better I feel. And the tragedy is some of it ends up in the ocean. So let me put these things to the side. I have a larger bag of cellophane here, and it's a weak cellophane. This is like the smaller bags, only this is thinner. So I have something to mail here. I'm not going to say who this is going to, but it's food. So I want to protect it, give it a little bit of layer of protection, instead of having it just, set in a box. I'm going to put this bag over it while it's in the box. And it'll also keep it safe, or together. keep it together while I'm finding the right box for this. And it'll keep moisture off of it, and it'll keep any germs off of it. So that'll keep that secure. So when whoever is getting this box will you know, have this nice in here, and it'll prevent any dirt, or if the box will get wet while it's in transit, this would prevent dirt or water or anything getting on these boxes, because I want these boxes to remain pristine to when they get to whoever is going to get them. I mean, can you imagine winning this big box? But anyway, so that's what I'm doing there. I'm going to have to find the right box. Been recycling my boxes lately. This is not tall enough. So I got to find another box to send this in. So I might have to rearrange this, but that's okay. So let me get busy. I'm working on completing my giveaway, because we already have winners for that, and I'll make another video later today once I get my moon pies situated. I've got a couple more of these plastic bags that I could use. I might put the rest of the little black jewelry boxes in this, and we'll go ahead and deal with that cellophane. But you know, when you get boxes from me, you will get recycled and reused material, and it's because we need to be reusing this material. Now, if it was things that I was selling, I might go ahead and get newer materials, although I wouldn't want to really. My channel is buying space, and it's buying space to redistribute things so they don't end up in the landfill, kind of buying space. So I don't want to be a hypocrite and use my new materials unless I have to. Of course, you know, if you sell something to someone, even though they understand they're buying from an individual, a lot of people will get snobby about stuff and say, oh, you sent me trash with my product. And it's like, it's not trash, it's recycled newspaper. But at the same time, people do expect a level of quality. So I guess we could change attitudes by education to people, to let them know, hey, this plastic is entering our food chain. The moon pies are in our food chain. But when little shrimp eat this plastic and all the chemicals in this plastic, it ends up in us. I mean, we don't have to wonder about the cancer rate beyond the fact of examining our garbage and why we're putting in the ocean. That's enough to give everybody cancer. And of course, there are other things. You know, we have pesticides and, you know, on and on in our environment that we're putting in our environment, unfortunately. But this alone, going into the ocean, all the plastic and other garbage going into the ocean, is entering our food chain. So, just something to think about. Even if the people that are out there that believe that we're past the tipping point, we don't want to live the rest of our lives, or children or grandchildren live the rest of their lives in an environment that makes them sick. So we need to do the best we can to prevent, protect our food chain and protect our environment, no matter where you think we are in the planet. You know, I guess I would say, call it, I don't want to call it the end times, but the general term has been used for decades as the apocalypse. So, and and that word's been along for a very long time, but in pop culture, it's called the apocalypse. So let's not let the quality of life slip any more than we already have. So that's my soapbox for today. And if you like this video, if you like my ideas, you like the way I'm thinking about how we should be good stewards of what we have, hit that like button. If you have a comment, I'm open to them. I'm open to criticism, as long as it's constructive criticism, name calling, and just telling me I'm, not very bright. It's not really acceptable. But if you like a lot of my videos, or you want to see more from me about recycling and reusing, hit the subscribe button if it's red and make it gray, and then a little bell comes up, and press the little bell on top. 3 bells will appear when you click the bell, and hit the one on top that looks like it has little vibration lines on the outside, and you'll get a notice for every video I put out. Have a nice day.